Hey, it's the MorrowMarriage podcast, guys. Super excited for this episode because I made a post on my personal profile and my Facebook page, and I think there were 7 million hits. And this is obviously a topic that we need to discuss because of that. Now, before I get too far, I want to say this. We're moving to Texas. My wife is super excited, and she's very, very distracted.
I'm very distracted, but I can focus on you guys for the next, let's make it a 7-minute podcast.
Okay. So here we go. Why she's annoyed and she's pissed. Now, the reason why this went viral, obviously, is, well, that's a pretty good hook, right? And this is a great tool, but like all the tools, we have our own twist. Validation versus keeping the peace. Why you need to stop talking about sex if you're not having sex. That it is the man's fault. Marriage sucks. I'm Cass.
I'm Kathryn. You go in and you lay a boundary without connection, it breeds more disconnection.
Why are you in this messy marriage? And it's not what you think.
Don't do that, because then that is not authentic. That's fake, and you're trying to be somebody that you're not.
You need the foundation to have the intimacy, but right now you need to rebuild the foundation.
We're MorrowMarriage.
Let's flip divorce statistics with the new marriage.
The post was really about what I think that providers need to understand, and this is with women too, okay? But typically what happens when you have a man who provides and he brings home the bacon, okay? He then thinks his day is over at the end of his shift, okay? Now, this can be changed. I mean, you could talk about somebody who works running their own business. They've got more hours, more phones, this and that. You can also have somebody where both of you are working, okay? You can also have a woman that's the mad provider, producer, okay? Here's the thing.
He said mad provider, in case anyone else thought he said man.
Oh, mad. Yep, mad. That's my excited word, like mad passion. Anyway, So thanks, baby. So if you guys can think about it like this, the moment you think that your day stops right there, you're fucked. You're not even in a partnership, because no matter how hard you work, no matter how much money you bring home, single or not, you must still clean up your house, still pick up after your roommates if you have roommates, okay? Still be a great parent to your children, still be somebody that's more special than baseline fucking normal. And providing a paycheck is baseline normal. And this is where people get screwed up. Okay, I'm going to use the men in my program who've joined and they start to figure it out. They're like, yeah, but I make X amount of dollars a year. She gets to stay home. She chose that, all that stuff. Listen, okay, my wife makes a lot of money, but my wife also does more with the children. My wife also does more with the cleaning of the house, okay? But my wife is not my mom or my fucking maid. My wife is not a single parent, and I had to learn these lessons, guys. I had to learn these lessons too. You see, my wife was also the mom who would, you couldn't wait to be a mom.
Yeah, and you couldn't pry those babies out of my arms.
No, twins, okay? Imagine I want to do everything. I want to take care of the babies. I want to change them all the time. I love their little cute butt cheeks. I'm going to feed them all night long. No, baby, don't get up. You're working the next day, all of that stuff. But here's the thing that we realized. She still needed a partner. She still needed a partner, no matter how much she wanted to do this.
And that's really important to recognize that. I know that I'm somewhat of the exception. There will be women that are listening that wanted to be like me. I don't think you changed one nighttime diaper.
No, I don't think
until the girls were 2, and then Riddick was a newborn, and then obviously I only have 2 arms.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
I needed some help, but I didn't want a lot of help up until that point. So there will be women that think of it like I thought of it. I waited forever to be a mom. I couldn't wait. I wanted to do everything. That is the exception to the rule. Most women, they want someone that does a little bit more equal. They expect that the man is going to be changing diapers, feeding them. I didn't want any of that. And so he offered, but I was like, get away from me. Mm-hmm. I didn't actually say get away from me, but don't touch my babies.
Yeah,
I was very I just wanted I wanted all the baby time because I knew it wasn't going to last long. So for most of you, when, what he's describing is when you come home at the end of the day and your wife wants you to do things that are outside of what your normal work week looks like, it's because not every woman gets energy from taking care of babies. A lot of women actually lose their energy from taking care of babies and taking care of children. Flash forward to today, I wouldn't be able to do it without him. And if he wasn't an equal partner, yes, I do more, but he still supports me. It's very much an equal partnership. If he wasn't there for me, I don't even know how some of the women that I talk to do it, because it's this imbalance of energy. It's not necessarily like, I make all this money, I come home, I should get to relax. The women are ready to pull their hair out, and it would be easier to go do a job.
This is so valuable. What does she say? It'd be easier to go get a job. See, it doesn't matter how much you want it to be a parent. There is an emotional toll that I don't care who you are, that you can't prepare yourself for, that we talk about emotional vampires out there, removing these people from your life, the negativity. Children inherently, no matter how much joy and love they bring you, they are
emotional vampires.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
They need you so desperately and so bad to fulfill their needs. They have different levels, different personalities, and you've got to be able to adapt to each of those. And that's challenging. And so now imagine, so why she's so annoyed and so pissed. So you come home and you want to just relax. You're stepping over sippy cups, the vacuum hose, the 14 toilet paper rolls. You don't clean your own toilet paper, your own toilet bowl when you make a mess of it. You expect food to be done at this time. She's got to do the organizing of the schedule, what activities. You don't even want to listen and support with ideas, make a decision.
This is actually really valuable.
Pickups.
What you're saying is really valuable, because what I do in the run of a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making my own money, even if I wasn't. I'm cleaning up like sippy cups, and 14 times you pick up the same thing. And one guy once said, if she did it 14 times, why do I have to do it? That's why, because it's literally every half an hour you're doing the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. But what's really valuable here, honey, is that you are acknowledging all of the things that women do that men, it's not that you don't want to understand. It's just that, like, I have a lot of empathy for the men that don't understand, because I end up working with really resentful and bitter women who are like, my husband should do more. Well, your husband, bless his heart, doesn't know how difficult it is. You are like, we work together, we live together, we're married, we sleep in the same bed, we sleep together, all those things. We are everything, we do everything together. We're like Siamese twins attached at the hip, right, baby?
It's awesome. I like to be your lap dog.
He does. And so he knows day to day what I'm doing, what he's doing. Whereas most men, if you don't know, don't be too hard on yourself. Take what he's saying to heart. But when he gives you a list, like he was going to keep going. I interrupted him. When he gives you a list of all the things your wife is doing, you might be like, you should think and be like, oh, is she doing that? And is it that hard? Well, it is, because not only is she picking up sippy cups 14 times a day, she's doing it while her children are screaming at her for a snack, for milk, because they got the blue cup instead of the red cup, because somebody pushed them and they choked them and they slapped them. And like, you guys have kids, it's like WWE around here.
Yeah, it's a good one. And you got to remember, like, there's so many other facets, right? You want to be touched and she's touched out, right? I mean, I can go on. Kathryn's right. The list goes on and on in my program. But what I want you to understand is why this hit 7 million people and it's still going viral and people are still DMing me over it right now, is because it's so real. You have to understand, no matter what you want in life, you're talking about baseline normal here, man. You have to be an adult. You just have to be. I don't care how many millions I make and Kathryn doesn't make as much money. I don't care how much she wants or chooses to be a mom. I need to step into a role there. Why does all that matter? Because that's baseline fucking normal. You signed up. So now you have to start being able to get that under your belt so you can actually step out and rise up to be the kind of person that makes you, the new word Kathryn's using for me is she's in awe. Sometimes when she reflects on who I used to be, we do this regularly, guys, because it's a big recurring joke.
It's a big deal. If you guys are in crisis, you need to reflect on where you were and where you are, because it will literally make you in awe of your changes, your partner's changes, your changes, and your exponential growth as a couple.
100%. And then you can do that. You can start to realize, what are you missing? The impact that we talk about a lot with how we get people to lead out in the world. Because if you can't do baseline normal and you seem so entitled over the normal basic shit, and then you get this contempt, this wall building between you because you're resentful for your partner, you will never exceed anything. You really should just fucking quit, All right.
Wait, I want to close with one thing. So he's mostly talking to men about how, that baseline normal, and that you need to respect and love and cherish the way that your wife is taking care of the home, and recognizing that you both chose this and all those sorts of things. Women, same thing. You did choose it. Maybe you didn't, but it's hard. We all know that. But what happened to the gratitude for living in the home that you live in? what happened to the gratitude for being able to stay home? Because as moms, I know in the US, you only get a certain number of weeks for maternity leave. If you're still a stay-at-home mom, when you had that baby, all you wanted to do was stay with that baby. And now that that baby is hard, now you're resentful because your husband works all day and won't help you. Remember, please, to show gratitude for how hard your husband works, in the same regard that your husband is not showing gratitude for what you do because he doesn't see the screaming, the punching, the WWE, the sippy cups, the milk everywhere, that he doesn't see the disaster. You also don't see how hard it is to be away from you and to have him see you, quote unquote, loving the children more, going to work and feeling like it's taken for granted. So women, just remember to have gratitude and reflect on that partner that you have that allowed you to stay home when you desperately wanted to. And now that you don't want to stay home, maybe you need to have a conversation. And maybe you do want to stay home. You just want to have a conversation, have your husband support you. But please show gratitude, because gratitude and compassion for what your husband is doing is going to breed that connection between the two of you, so that then you can get on the same page and understand how hard each of your roles is without making assumptions.
Do you know what? I'll end with one more thing, guys. This is so powerful, because this is everything we say all the time. If you want it, give it. If you want it, give it. You get what you give in this world, but if you're giving to get, you will never get there. You just won't. All right, guys, if you're getting mad value from this, please like, share it, give us a 5-star rating. We are getting sometimes 5,000 downloads a week, which means we are making impact because of your shares and your reviews. So God bless. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
See you.